we begin our adventure somewhere interesting. Overlooking the entire cosmos is not a small library. It is a library filled with all the information of the universe. A cloaked figure walking past, overriding the shelves. And we zoom in on a small room, a writing nook, if you will, decorated with books, a beautiful roll down desk, and a fireplace crackling. In a chair, we see a kind looking dwarf who is currently writing down. He looks up. Ah, so, you've come for a story then. He puts away his quill and walks over to the bookshelf. Now, let's see here. No. Ah! This one! Haven't heard this one yet, have you? Well, then let us begin our story. I'm sure we'll meet again. We may not recognize each other. Can I have everybody roll a 1d4, please, and type out your roll in chat? In the Foundry chat, please. Keep all rolls to the Foundry chat. Or to D&D Beyond, one of the two. M and Ree, can you roll off, please? So basically, roll again.
I'm gonna laugh if we get the same ones again.
Oh my god!
You're both fired.
Okay, one second.
I'm gonna roll an actual d4 and see if
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah, and
That's
type
what
it
I've
out.
been doing this whole time. Is rolling
wait,
actually.
wait,
I
now
got
it's showing
another
up.
2.
Okay, I'm gonna roll Emmy is evens, Ria's odds. Okay, M's even. Okay, so the order is gonna be Sierra, Emmy, Wilbur. Or Sierra, Emmy, Ree.
Okie dokie.
Sounds good.
Oh, that was so funny.
Oh,
Already off to a great start.
wonderful.
Ree, you are sleeping.
Me?
Yeah, I thought I said
Don't you mean Sierra?
Wait, no, I thought I said Ree first.
No,
I
I'm
heard
last.
Sierra, me, Ree.
Oh, that's what I did. Okay, I'm sorry. I get
Okay.
That's why I was like, wait a minute.
Okay, I'm gonna
I was
type
like,
out
did
the
you switch
order.
names?
Sierra, Emmy, Ree. That's the order. Okay. I'm typing out the
Okay.
order for my frickin' self. Also, I forgot to disable zooming in on pan to token speaker. Yeah, pan to token speaker. So if you guys want to go into settings and go to core and scroll down for pan to token speaker and just turn that off, that would be much appreciated. All right.
I'll say, my screen is dark. I think I need to add my
Oh,
token onto there.
No.
Maybe.
So Sierra, look up. You should see a little title screen.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
having a day.
No,
Sorry.
they
There we go.
updated.
Hello.
They updated the Foundry. So yeah. Okay. So
Yay.
where we're actually going, off to a great start.
I'm just gonna try again really quick just to make sure it doesn't do the zoom. Okay. I got it to work.
So we start our adventure in the clouds above Aethergard. One of the oh, hold on. Did I not pull you guys? Okay, why did it not pull you guys to the scene? Okay, click on town, please. Everybody click on the little town. I don't know why it didn't automatically bring you guys to the scene.
I only had the title screen.
Yeah, same.
Will you stop moving places? God damn it.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
There we go.
Yay!
Ooh!
Cute.
We begin our journey up in the clouds. The floating isles of Skyline. This area, despite being technically a part of Aetherguard, is much different from its below ground. Everywhere you look, technology and nature working in harmony. Winds powering entire bakeries. Water rotating beautifully in the streams. And in this small little town, it's a little farming town, people are bustling, walking around, buying markets. And in this place, we hear a violin begin to play. Sierra, would you please describe viola calliope harmonic?
So Viola I should have picked a name I can pronounce. Apparently,
Calliope.
Just stick with viola. It's what I've been doing.
harmonic is roughly about 5'8" with long pointed ears and very long magenta violet hair that she keeps in ponytails that are fastened at chin height so they kind of fall backwards over her shoulders. She has similar colored eyes, and as per her signature, her clothes, a very long flowing dress belted at the waist, all fall in the same color category as per her signature. The violin she's playing is magenta and gold, and it is a very fine pieced instrument that she obviously put a lot of care and very lot of money into.
Right. And as you are playing, people begin to gather round. Will you please make me a performance check at advantage?
Okay. I got a nat 20.
Yeah! Let's go!
First nat 20 at the game.
I'm not gonna get any luckier from here.
So you are playing the best like you usually perform at. This is like your best. But it's a little strange because you're playing by yourself, not with the backup of your two friends. You're by yourself, and it's a little strange. As you finish up your performance, a few people stop and they tip you. You receive 2 gold, 5 silver, and 10 copper. You want to write that down? I can write it down in chat if you need.
Yes, please.
What did I say? 2 gold, 5 silver, 10 copper.
Okay, give me 1 second. I gotta grab a pen.
You're good.
I just realized in character stuff, I never put Wilbur's picture in there. It was just in the art stuff, so I'm like, I'm just gonna move it over there really quick.
Fine. Let me know when you're
Okay.
ready to continue, Sierra.
Yep.
So as you ready?
Yep.
Okay. As Viola finishes her performance, what is she doing up in Skyline?
Is this before or after the events of the backstory I sent you took place?
This is after. This is after you are by yourself. You've been traveling by yourself for 2 years.
Okay. So she has been her mission for the past 2 years is trying to find out what happened to her friends. And of course, she can't miss a chance to perform because it's her livelihood. Of course, the money isn't as good since she's a solo act now. And she ended up in Skyline due to a few rumors that a non-binary half-elf and a gender-fluid dragonborn were hanging out around there, and she wanted to come investigate.
Excellent. So as you look through the crowd, there isn't really anything. You don't see anything out of the ordinary. Many of the people who live up in Skyline are avians. Um, humanoid people, like humans or elves, but with wings. Some have bird-based wings, like parrots or ravens, while others have more insect wings, moths, butterflies. It's just a myriad of people you see. And you see a few Aarakocras, you see a few Kenkus. So most of the people who live up here fly to get to island to island, though you got here through an airship. Some of the airships that stop on Seabreeze Port, or not Seabreeze Port, Seabirth, either side of Mistdell. And as you are looking through the town, you spot something. You spot a familiar face, but it is not the one you are looking for. It is a young, half-elf appearing girl with brown hair, and you spot the familiar blue and gold eyes of Jackie. And she's you haven't seen her since before Shike and Inex went missing. Is that how you pronounce their names?
Shike and Enex, yep.
Shike and Enex went missing. And she's looking around, and then you spot what she's looking at is a kitsune. What is a kitsune doing all the way up here? You see her looking around. She looks frightened by something, and she runs after the kitsune. What do you do?
I will yell, Jackie! And run after her.
Right. Not think I have music for this, but yeah, I don't have music for this, so we're just gonna keep the usual Skyline music going. You watch her kind of run out of town. What the heck? Give me 1 second. Something happened. You all see the new location?
Yes.
Yes.
You chase Jackie kind of out of town, and she's looking around. She pauses. She looks like she lost the kitsune, and she's like, "Shoot, where did it go? Where did it go?" And she's looking around. Her clothes are kind of ragged. She's wearing a sleeveless blue top, and she's got like a purple cloak wrapped around her arms. And she's looking around, and then she spots you, and she's like, "Viola?"
So Viola would kind of jog over to her now that she doesn't have to sprint after her, and would just go, Jesus, you got a lot faster than the last time I saw you. Ha!
Sorry about that. What are you doing up here?
I could ask you the same question. Oh,
Guess it has been a while. She kind of looks around, and she looks kind of behind you and kind of pauses, and she's like, I was chasing that kitsune, but I don't know which way it went. You go that way, she points one way, and I'll go this way, okay?
why were you chasing a kitsune?
Not really important. Make me a quick perception check.
Okay.
Actually, no,
So she's
insight.
Okay,
Make me an insight check.
that's a 13.
Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, so you definitely think something is up with Jackie, but you can't quite place it. There are a few more scars on her, like there are quite a few scars on her body that weren't there the last time you saw her. But instead she just looks around, just like, yeah, I gotta, yeah, you go that way, I'll go this way, split, and she runs off.
Damn it, Jackie! And Viola would head after her because obviously something spooked her and she doesn't want to leave her alone.
So eventually, like you two chase each other for a while, but eventually you come to a grove. You come to a peaceful little grove with just like some sunlight beaming through the grove. I'm actually going to move you onto the grove. Oh geez, that is so small. And the grid doesn't match up. It's fine. And you can't see Jackie. She lost you somehow. You can't see her, but you do see the kitsune. And the kitsune is circling a statue. And as you're kind of looking at the statue, you hear a soft humming. Okay, damn it. It won't pick up my hum, but you hear a soft humming noise coming from the statue. And the statue is right up here. It's just not on the map.
Okay. Ah! I'm gonna assume at the very tall dais.
Yep. Perfect.
There we go.
And the kitsune kind of sits down, and it's like music is in the air around this statue, just humming. The statue is of a younger looking person with a bird's skull over their face and wearing elegant blue and red robes, and you see them holding a lyre as if mid tune. What do you do? And the kitsune's kind of like sniffing and circling.
So, Viola will first roll. Let's see. What do I want to roll? I guess this would count as a religion check to see if she can recognize.
What are you trying to roll for?
Trying to see if she can recognize the statue from anywhere.
Okay, sure, go for it.
That is a 16. So I guess that would be religion or perception.
Religion. It would be religion.
So yeah, that's a 16.
Okay, so you think the statue might be of some sort of powerful being that has something to do with music, judging by the lyre they are holding and the soft humming you hear coming from the statue. And you think you recognize the song at least a little bit to play along.
So she would pull her viola off her back and start playing. So let's roll performance. Son of a bitch.
What was it?
With her performance modifier, it'd be a 14.
Okay, that's not as bad. Not nearly as well as you played earlier, but you do play along. And as you play along, the kitsune sways along with your melody, and all of a sudden, the statue starts to crack. It starts to crack to reveal a flesh color. And as you finish the song, the statue comes to life. And standing in front of you is this character. I will post a full snapshot of them later. But you see this character come to life in front of you, and they take a moment. They're like, "Oh, where am I?" They look at you. "Hello."
Hello. And she kind of just gives a little half wave with her bow still in hand, and it goes, "You weren't sleeping in there, were you?" I've slept in some pretty weird places, but I don't think a statue's one of them.
Actually, so you basically see the statue is kind of gone. This character has like been like they were petrified before, but now they seem to have come to life. And they're like,
Ah.
"Oh, sleeping. I do not know. Ah, you're a musician. In that case," and they pull out the lyre. "Would you like to play a little song with me? I very much like to share a song. It's been a long time, I think. I'm not sure. What year is it?"
I stopped keeping track a few years back.
"'Tis
it
fine."
it's been a while since I played with someone. It'd be nice to do so again.
All right, so give me 1 second. I gotta find the song. I did not stupidly have the song ready.
It happens. We all do it.
I will just send you the song, and then I'll send everybody else the song that this person teaches you. If I can frickin' find where the fuck is it? I know it's in this
Gotta love
fucking
when this
playlist.
happens.
Where it's in this. Uh, there it is. Jesus. All right. So, Sierra, I'm just gonna send this to you real quick. So this is the song that they kind of teach you and you play along. The two of you kind of alternating the vocals. And the words kind of resonate with you. Specifically, the lyrics of "I can be different, I can't be puppeted." And as you two play, magic begins to grow in the air and circle around the two of you as you play together lyre and viola. You don't even have to make a performance check for this. And then the music fades and the magic fades, and they stand up. Oh, 'tis been a while for certain, but I am grateful to have met you. You may call me Ezekiel. Lovely to meet your acquaintance. And they hold out a hand. And they're
Sorry,
standing quite a bit
taking notes.
smaller than you. Yeah, no worries. Take your time. They're standing quite a bit smaller than you.
So Viola would take their hand as well and do a little curtsy with her bow and her viola in the other hand. She goes, "Well, pleasure to meet your acquaintance. My name is Viola Calliope Harmonic."
Quite a long
But
name, but
ev-
I like it.
you can call me VC. My friends used to call me that.
I like it. I suppose I shall wonder what this world has to offer. Don't you think, Miss? What did you two look around and the kitsune has kind of vanished. And the kitsune has vanished. It's like, ah, well, 'tis getting late. I suppose we shall both be off. I hope to meet you again soon, VC. And they do a little curtsy. And turning around, you notice they sprout hummingbird wings. And
What?
these wings, like, beat so fast, and they fly off, singing a new song. And you can just hear the lyrics of "Finds me beneath the cross." What do you do?
She'll wave with her free hand and go, "Don't fall." I think. Do birds fall? I hope birds don't fall.
All right. Would you like to do anything else?
She's gonna look around, so I guess a perception check would be in to see if she can find Jackie.
Mm.
So That would be an 18.
18? Okay, give me 1 second. Oh, and I'll send that song. Please give it a listen, and just give it a listen to any of their stuff, because I'm going to be using some of their stuff as inspiration for a lot of things in this game. So if you guys want to give that song a listen to, while I think I've played this for you, babe. Wait, who just went, oh?
Me. I was
Oh.
like, oh, it's them.
Yes, it's this song. I played
I
this for
clicked
you.
on it and an ad for Harbor Freight played on.
Okay, I do not have this character made, but we're just gonna use this. Oh. You said you got an 18?
Yep.
You hear some wrestling, but you don't think it's Jackie. You spot a pair of black. Okay, so they are purple eyes, but instead of whites, they are black. And then they vanish. Anything else you'd like to do?
She would start walking back towards town, humming that song that they had played together.
So yes, you two, you walk back to town. Nothing else really happens. You go and get some rest in an inn that you had rented out, or that you had gotten a room in. And as you do, you have a dream. Seriously, the song I chose for, well, okay, yeah, that makes sense. You have a dream. You are in a dark, clouded forest. You think you might recognize this forest as similar to the forests of Across. They tend to be very dark in Across, and you're kind of watching from afar as you see your two friends. How is it pronounced again? Psyche?
Shike and Enex.
Shike. Sorry.
You're good.
Shike and Enex, and they are running. And you see trailing them are demonic creatures. Just like a few imps and some demonic looking animals chasing them. You see Shike trip, and Enex grabs them and goes, "Hey, we gotta keep running. Okay, we can't let them get to Viola." And you see them keep running, just barely staying out of range of the monsters. And as one of them turns towards you and runs at you, getting closer and closer, but you can't move. And as it lunges at you, a white light comes from your heart, and it glows and glows, repelling the demons. And you wake up with a start. Wake up back in the room in Skyline.
And she'll feel her chest and stuff and go, oh, oh.
Everybody could
I
move
should
back.
not have eaten whatever I ate last night.
Could everyone move back to the town, please? That would be grateful. Just real quick.
The only options are the title screen and the Grove.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 second. Got it. Okay. Scene. Okay, we're all still at the Grove. Alright, I'm going to. How do I. Alright, 1 second.
You should be able to hit it and click activate scene.
Yeah, but it's not showing that for the town. Probably because. Oh no. Yeah, no, it's not showing that for the town. Okay, this is fine. We'll be here just a real quick second. So I'm just gonna remove Ezreal or Ezekiel. And so what do you do in the morning? It's now
So-
morning again.
She'll get up, she'll wash her face, do some vocal warm ups, pack her stuff, and head out to the town. And instead of performing today, she'll hold up pictures of Shike and Enex and start asking if anyone has seen them.
As you're looking around, you approach a woman. Blonde hair, blue, like platinum blonde hair, falling over one of her teal eyes. Wearing something that looks a little heavier for this environment. And you look at her and she looks at the picture and she's like, I'm afraid not, but hmm. Can I ask you if you have seen anything strange as of late?
Uh, can she do a insight check on her first?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
That is a 10.
She seems to be more looking like one second. She seems to be very genuine in what she's looking for. You don't sense any kind of malice from her. She just genuinely seems to be looking for something strange or perhaps something in particular. But you can't quite get what it is.
Well, I did see a little girl I used to help take care of when I was younger. That was odd to me. She's never left the Elaine forest.
Correction. You've only met Jackie outside of the Ilian forests.
Gotcha.
She mentioned she was going back to the forests, but that was about the last time you had heard from her.
Well, I'd seen her before. She was going back home, but then she ends up here. That was pretty odd to me. And then I saw a kitsune. She was chasing a kitsune,
Her eyes
which is
widen.
also really odd.
Kitsune?
Oh,
Strange. Kitsunes aren't usually supposed to be around these parts unless... Forgive me. I'm looking into certain disappearances. Mythic creatures of myth have been going missing as of late. I'd been looking into it myself with my fiance, but we've had no such luck unless... If you are willing and you have free time, I would like to invite you to Nibhiver. That is where we live and we are doing our investigation. If you don't mind, I am willing to pay you. You need it.
well, I'm sure I have an event lined up there soon. So, I suppose I shall seek you out when I get there.
Thank you. I shall be in the bookstore in Nibhiver, the Snowy Nook. I shall be there, and we shall meet in a few days. Thank you. Oh, how rude of me. Rose Uni at your service.
Viola Calliope Harmonic at yours.
Thank you. And with that, she turns around and walks off. And in a few days, you shall travel to Nibhiver to help her with her request. Now, we switch to a different scene. One that starts a tad more ominous. I have no idea why the town is refusing to not activate, but that's fine. Emmy,
Hey.
you find yourself being chased. You are running through cherry blossom woods, the pink petals delicately falling. But this is no good time to admire the petals, as a large wolf you recognize chases you. You are
What?
running. and running, and you trip and fall over a log. As the beast snarls up to you, you recognize who exactly this beast is. An out-of-control beast seeker. And as he lunges for you, he jumps at you. As soon a soft light begins to pour from your heart, a pink light emanating. And as he grows closer, he is blown away by the pink light. The pink light repelling him, and as he is blown away, you awaken.
I think she grabs her chest and reaches for her locket as she tries to calm down and catch her breath.
Right. You wake up in a little inn that you have been staying at for quite a little bit. You are in Thornbrook, a small village inside the region of Crimson Mystics. You are at a small inn called the London Fog. And and as you wake up, Skylar pops their head up, kind of tilts their head at you, and
Hi,
circles you.
Skylar.
All right, I will put you in this room for right now. As you get up, could you please describe Talia?
Yes. So Talia is about 6'1" with light pink skin. She has blue purple hair. It looks more purple in most sunlight, but in dark it looks almost like it's a midnight blue. She has green eyes. And she tends to dress very comfortable in jeans and a swoop neck top um, that kind of hugs her and shows off her curves. And she usually wears his combat boots that she loves to run in mostly. Oh, that's where that noise was coming from. I couldn't see the chat that was popping in.
Yeah.
She's pretty lean for her size. It's mostly muscle from the years of walking from place to place, but you can tell she's still taking good care of herself. But people tend to notice her beauty before her muscles.
Excellent. So as you get ready and you head down, you see the tavern keep of the London Fog, Rain. Rain is a young half-elf looking woman with round glasses, blue hair, pointed ears, wearing a blue jacket and jeans. And she looks up and she goes, "Oh, morning, Talia. What can I get you this morning?"
Um, could I do your amazing eggs, please, with some of that orange juice I know you press each morning?
"Oh, coming up.
Thank
Actually,
you.
I actually get this from the farm not too far that Gemma works at." And as she starts squeezing the orange juice and prepping your eggs, she'll hand them to you. "Anything for little Skylar?" And would you please describe Skylar?
Skylar is my baby griffin that I've had for a few years now. She is still quite small for her age and pretty round, but her fluffy feathers everywhere makes her look just a tad bit bigger. She is very curious all the time, and her wings are a little too big for her.
He will give you your eggs and give some vegetables to Skylar. Uh, in reference, we will both probably take turns controlling Skylar if that's okay.
That sounds good.
All right. So, as she mentions Gemma, she kind of pauses and goes, "Oh, that's right! Gem was actually asking for some help down at the farm. Something going on that she wants some help tracking down. Um, if you wouldn't mind going down there, that would be really appreciated."
Always happy to help. Once we're done eating here, me and Sky will head out to go help.
All right, sounds good. And she sips her London fog, looking through some letters. I better get started on the cinnamon rolls, and she ducks into the kitchen. You know the London fog is very more popular at night. Thornbrook itself is a small village, but there are a lot of adventuring parties and just general adventurers that live in this area. You know specifically there are 6 regulars at the London Fog. Pandora, Gray, Scar, Impulse, and Mumbo. They are all currently out right now, actually, around Mistdell itself. You've only run into them once or twice, but they're, according to Rain, they're all out. So, what do you want to do?
I think I will. Is there a newspaper or anything for the town I'm in nearby?
So Rain has, a, like, notice board up with, like,
Mm.
recent events and
I
also
will go take a look
quests.
at that. I will go take a look at the notice board just to see if there's anything that's been happening over the past couple of days that has reason for concern or maybe any intel for what I've been searching for these past few years.
Right, make me a perception check.
That is a 9.
You don't notice anything out of the ordinary. You see a few, like, you see the herbalist Shelby, requesting, like, maybe some exotic herbs. You see the, archaeologist Pix. He's taken notice, like, hey, there are some ruins around here that might have some magical curses, if anybody could help me out. So there's just a bunch of side quests. Nothing in particular you are looking for. The librarian Cub told you, like, you went to the library and asked about what you are looking into. The librarian has said he will write to you if he has found anything. Also, bonus points if you can get all these references. Yes, if anybody is able to call me out on my references, you get an inspiration point. Ria's the only one not allowed to do this. Ria's calling me out specifically on characters from our role play that might show up. And you get no points for Rose, Ree, because you already knew.
I know.
That
But
was
I'm
the
still
most
gonna
obvious.
call her out.
That's the most obvious one, but you get no references for her. Anyways. So, yeah, nothing out of the ordinary.
All right, then I guess me and Sky will finish up our eggs and vegetables and start heading down to the farmhouse.
All right, so you walk slightly outside the town to the farm. There are a few people who work the farm. There's Jimmy. He is an avian, more specifically a canary avian. And then you spot Gemma. Gem is a satyr woman with ginger hair. She's a deer satyr, so she's got the deer ears. She's got green eyes with glasses. She goes, "Oh, good, Talia, thank you. I asked around, and thank you. Sorry. There is something slightly in the woods. I figured you'd be able to look at it. Has something to do with, I think, maybe griffins."
I'll definitely take a look. Hey, Jem. Yeah, Guy, let's go take a look.
And as you guys walk out, Jem's like, "Oh, right, I asked, there was another girl who I asked," and as she speaks, you see stepping out of the farmhouse is a young Nekojin, or Neko, with black hair and kind of tanner, like, skin and cat ears, and she just goes, "Oh, Talia, is that you? This is Tints, your former neighbor."
Hey, Tint. It's been a while.
No. Oh, my parents just sent something over to your brother in Nihiver. Dad wanted me to remind you that you still had custody of the house. They've been taking care of it for you.
Oh, right. Gems asked me to help out with this whole situation, with the Griffin situation, apparently. So, you ready to go?
Yeah. Thank your parents next time you see them, by the way. I didn't realize that the house was still in my name. Huh?
Well, you are the oldest, so makes sense.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. What have you been up to? And as you two kind of walk into the forest, you two get a chance to talk.
Um, just been kind of wandering around, going from place to place, looking at libraries to get more knowledge. But enough about me. How have you been? How's your parents? I haven't talked to them since that night.
Good. Father's doing well, and Dad's doing well as well. I've been traveling. They've actually let me travel around, um, for a little bit. They've been letting me travel, like, and do research. I really like doing research into different cultures and like the people in them.
That's fair. I remember you were still a really big bookworm even as a kid.
Well, I'm a teenager now, so not a kid anymore.
I will never get used to that. You and Caleb will always be little kids to me.
Aw, come on.
As you
And
two
I
are
ruffle her hair as I say that.
and as you two walk into the forest, give me a second. There's Tints. Yeah, the forest is like constantly autumn in Thornbrook, which makes it like such a peaceful place for most people. Um, as you two approach the forest, like around here, you spot a trail of blood and feathers.
Oh no.
And Skylar kind of squawks and slowly starts following. Tints gets out her bow. You remember Tints was very good with her archery, and at her hip is her lyre.
I'm gonna keep a hand on my great axe and whisper to Skylar to stay right behind me in case something goes down.
The Skylar stays right behind you, as obedient as ever, until they spot a griffin, a teenage griffin, right around this area, looking very injured. Their wing is kind of messed up. They look like they've got an arrow in their side. They are in pain, and as you kind of approach, it kind of lets out a warning squawk, but it really can't do anything to you.
Um, do I happen to have any kind of medicine items with me to stop any kind of bleeding?
Yes, so make me an animal handling at advantage, please.
You got it. Let me pull out an extra d20.
And you remember advantage, you basically take the best roll.
Yes.
Perfect, just wanted to make sure.
So that's a 15 plus 4, so that's a 19.
Perfect. So you are able to wrap the griffin. Tints also assists by softly playing her lyre to kind of keep the griffin calm. It just looks, as you help it, it just looks dejected. Something's not right, and you can see its nest around this area.
Hey,
Sky.
Tints, keep this guy a little, keep him here. I'm gonna go check out the nest.
Tints just
That's okay.
gently pets it. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna slowly make my way over, keeping my axe at the ready, and Skylar's gonna stay with Tints for now. And I'm going to go into a rage in case there's anything there.
You find nothing. No eggs. There is nothing in the nest. The nest looks messed up. There is no eggs, no nothing.
That feels not correct. Can I do an investigation roll to see if there's anything that tells me something happened here?
Yeah, absolutely. Go for it.
So that was a horrible roll. So that's a 7 plus a 2. That's a 9.
You can spot a few loose arrows around. but nothing else. You can't spot where anyone like might have come from, but there are just a few loose arrows.
I go back to Tints and mention what I found. Hmm. I'm gonna ask Tints what they thought happened here.
Well, it looks like the little griffin might have gotten into a scuffle trying to protect eggs. Maybe someone tried to steal the eggs?
Do
You
you
know
think
what?
there's poachers nearby?
It's not common in this area, I don't think, for poachers to be nearby, but it is possible. Maybe we should
Well,
go ask Gemma. She knows the area better.
yeah, let's get this griffin back into town to try to get it all healed up, and maybe someone who has a spell to help figure out what happened. Well,
I think Jimmy can help with the griffin. He's really good with avians. Well, he is an avian himself.
fair enough. Let's get this guy back in, and I'm gonna grab the injured griffin and start walking back towards the farmhouse where Gemma is, and try to hopefully keep this griffin calm in my arms as we get it to safety.
You're able to keep it pretty calm as you get it over the farmhouse. You see Jem talking with Jimmy, a blonde looking person with beautiful golden canary wings. And as they look over, Jimmy goes, "Oh gosh, what happened?" and rushes over to help.
I'm gonna tell him that we found a trail of blood that led to this little guy, as well as a fully empty nest with some arrows around.
"Oh gosh, who would do something like this?" Jem nods. This area is usually pretty peaceful. Usually, like, no one around here would go after griffin eggs.
Well, let's hope that this is a one and done, because there's too many of them around here for this to be quiet for long.
We are a small town, so we'll do what we can. Thank you both for helping with that. Tell you while I got you, someone was looking for you. She's at the apothecary that Shelby runs. If you wouldn't mind, Jimmy and I can take care of the griffin.
Please keep me updated on the griffin. Skylar's looking a little worried.
And Skylar like squawks in response, and Jem goes, "Oh, you poor thing," and will gently kind of pet Skylar to calm her
Her.
her down a little bit. And yeah, what do you do?
I'm gonna start heading to the apothecary with Skylar, keeping her a little extra close now that there's possibly danger about, keeping her like on the road, keeping her on the inside towards a building where she's closest to me, but also protected from any outsiders possibly going to reach for her.
Yeah, so you're able to get to the apothecary pretty easy. Tince breaks away from you. She's like, "Well, I've got to go, but it was nice seeing you again, Talia. I'll tell my parents you're okay. They were kind of worried about you when your grandmother wrote and said you ran away."
Thank you, and if you could let both Caleb and Grandma know that I'm okay, I'm just looking for answers.
Okay, sounds good.
And she
Thanks,
walks
Tim.
off.
Great seeing you.
Nice seeing you too.
You head into the apothecary. It is very filled with different herbs and different potions and is run by Shelby the Witch. She's a gnome girl with a large witch hat and long brown hair, and she's talking to a woman at the counter that you don't recognize, but judging by her clothing, she's possibly from Nehever. And Shelby goes, "Oh, actually, there she is right now. Talia, over here."
Hey, Shelby, what's going on?
This is Miss Rose. She was asking if you were. She was asking for you, and Rose goes, "Oh, thank you. You're Talia Darkheart, yes?"
Correct. Can I ask who you are? I'm sorry, I don't recognize you.
My name is Rose Uni. I'm from Nehever, more specifically Snow Peak Village, which is not the village Caleb or your grandma lives at. You guys live at a smaller village. Snow Peak is kind of like the main village of Nihiver.
Gotcha. Sounds wonderful. Is there something I could do for you?
Well, and then she kind of pauses at Skylar, jumps and squawks at her. She's like, "Oh, hello there, little one. What's your name?" And she kind of holds out some truffles for Skylar to eat.
This is Skylar, my griffin. She's a little sparky.
I can tell. Well, this is something I was actually meaning to talk to you. You see, mythical creatures have been going missing around Mistdell, not just here in Spirit Hollow, but also in Aethergard.
We just found a bloodied griffin out in the woods by the farmhouse.
Oh,
Empty nest.
well, it's even come here then. I'm looking into
What?
this with my fiance. Um, I, your grandmother had mentioned that you were out and asked me to look for you while I was out, but I was hoping you could come back with me to Nihiver to possibly look into the situation.
Anything to protect the animals.
Wonderful. Oh, one more thing. And she pulls out a journal that you recognize. She goes, "A few things were sent to your brother, and when I asked your grandma about you, she gave me this to give to you. It is your father's journal."
I'm gonna slightly grab my locket in one hand as I grab the journal in the other. She tries to keep a tear away, but it slowly slides down the side of her cheek, and she takes the hand from her locket to wipe it away as fast as she can, hoping that nobody noticed it.
If Rose
Um,
noticed, she did not give any sign. She just kind of gives you a
and
remorseful nod.
I'm gonna hold the journal to my chest and say thank you.
Of course. I will see you in Nihiver in a few days. And with that, she takes off. Is there anything else you want to do?
Um, I am just going to head back to the inn and start packing for my journey.
Excellent. And that,
Letting also letting Rain know what's happening, sort of letting her know that I'll be out of town for a little while.
and Gemma seems to have already told her what's going on because she nods. "I'll let you know if I hear of anything going on." A lot of people talk at the inn, you know?
If anything happens, that's important, I'll send Skylar back here to let everyone know.
Sounds good. Take care, Talia.
Take care.
And with that, we are going to. God damn it. We are gonna move over to something a little more different. Different still. 3.
Oh Lord.
You find yourself drifting in endless blackness, floating deeper and deeper. This is not the first time that you have done this, nor the first time you remember doing this. This is the first thing you remember. And as you are floating deeper into the abyss, you feel a hand touch your chest and call out your name. Second,
Um.
Upper
Okay.
Cosmos. Not fair. Second chance. You've had this happen before, but you've never been able to get the full message that whoever is trying to speak to you is a female voice. You're very faintly able to open your eyes and see someone with blue hair. As she touches your chest, your heart glows purple, and she leaves you with a warning. Beware the girl out of time. She is either a friend or a foe. As she leaves you with this message, you wake up. You've had this dream before quite a few times. And as you wake up, you find yourself back in Nehru Town, where you have been staying since you woke up and were found. Give me 1 second.
I'm sorry, can you, like, send me or write down, like, what that person said? Because I got most of it, but I'm like, I feel like I should write that down.
All right. 1 second.
Thank you. The music's nice. I think all the music's been nice.
Yeah.
This?
This one specifically gives me like slight Aladdin vibes, and I'm vibing.
Well, funny you should say that.
No joke.
You find yourself in in the house you've been staying at. As you get up, Wilbur, will you describe yourself?
Okay, so Wilbur is a human boy who is about 6'1". He's got brown wavy hair that he usually at least tries to keep back in a ponytail, though it's not much. He's got his beanie that he's always wearing, along with an old white button up, a blue sweater over that, and a very long old trench coat, along with a very ratted bag that has his name embroidered on it. He's got purple eyes, and he does have 2 piercings on his cheeks. I'm forgetting what those piercings are called specifically. It was supposed to be snake bites before, but I did the wrong for the drawing, so I'm just going with whatever these other ones are. And and no matter, even though he rested, he still has bags under his eyes.
So as you get up, you are in the little house you've been in since you were found out in the desert. What do you do?
He's just gonna, like, lumber out of his room, look around, and see if he can spot if anyone else is up.
So it's like a good morning in Nehru Town. Light streaming in. It's already hot, or it's already warm. In the kitchen, you can hear Magda, one of the women who took you in. She is a tall, buffer-looking woman with. Give me a second, cause I forgot what she looks like. She's a fairly new character. Where is she? The heck is she? I know I made a reference of her. Okay, so yes, she is a woman with tall, muscular-looking woman with red hair, amber eyes, and dark skin. As is most people in Nehru have dark skin. She's got a few burns on the side of her face and scars from her time in the war. You can also see sitting at the table is Maverick. Mav has gray skin, has orange hair, and he's got a hood on, so you can't see those adorable little fox ears or his tails. Oh, and he's been blue eyes as well.
Does Mav notice that I'm awake yet, or am I able to sneak up behind him?
You are able to sneak up on him.
So he's gonna sneak up behind him, and even though he has the hood on, he's gonna reach under to mess with the ears. As his normal morning routine of saying hello to him.
Ah! Morning! Wait, is that Robin? Or is that... He looks up. Oh, it's Wilbur. Hi! And he kind of calms down.
Hi.
Don't scare me like that!
Well, your reactions are just too adorable.
He kind of pouts and turns away. Mav, as you know, was also taken in by Magda and her wife Nora. just before you were taken in, and as you're standing over Mav, you get put into a noogie and you get put into a chokehold and start being noogied, and Robin goes, "Well, morning, sleepyhead."
Of course you do this to me after I do my thing to Mav.
I just got back from hunting. What do you expect? Robin is a tall half orc with pink hair and amber eyes, and yes, Sierra, this is the same Robin. And tusks. I played Robin before, and like half a tusk poking out, the other one is kind of broken, but they just smirk at you and put you down. And sit down, Magda. And Magda just goes from the kitchen. I hear the boys are up. Good morning, gentlemen. And Robin.
Sorry, Mom.
She smiles and calls Nora breakfast. And Nora, the other two of the woman who took you in, comes out. She is quite a bit smaller than Magda, less built, with black hair and glasses. Her hair's currently in a hijab, and she's got a few scars on her face, including a blind eye and over a scar over her blind right eye and a blue eye. And she goes, "Morning, everyone." And she calmly sits at the table. She seems to have calmed down after you and Robin foolishly got piercings. Robin got some beautiful earrings, like loop earrings.
Well, at least you're in a better mood. That's always good.
I've grown used to it, as I have with Robin's hair. Robin just shrugs. Sorry, Moma. And Magda will come out and give you guys breakfast. As you guys are eating, Robin will turn to you. Hey, Will, you want to go out hunting with me?
I mean, I can try, though you know how I am when it comes to that. Let's just hope I don't fall in another sand pit.
You've got your axe, you'll be fine. And Nora will just go, Robin, be gentle with him. I am Magda, I am Moma! I promise I'll be good with him. Mav, you coming?
No thanks. It's too light out.
Mav, as you know, is a Tristis, a shadow elf, and quite sensitive to the light, to sunlight.
Well, if we see anything interesting, we'll make sure to pick it up for you. And I pat Mav's head.
You will, Burr, and you kind of see his tail wiggle a little bit before he tries to put it down.
No need to hide it. Cute.
You know. Sorry.
I know.
And yeah, you and Robin head out to the desert to go hunting. Second?
I'm gonna fall on my face.
You may not get a chance. Okay.
Am I even able to hold this axe up?
It's a hand
or
axe.
am I just dragging it behind
It's a hand axe, babe. It's a hand axe.
I know. I'm just making a joke of how weak he is.
Yes, you are able to use that hand axe. It is in your inventory.
I know.
Where is... Oh, there you are. So yeah, you and Robin are out. While you're not great at actually doing the hunting, you're very good at looking for tracks. So can you make me a perception check with advantage?
Yes, I can. You said perception?
Yes.
Boop-a-doop-a-doo. That'd be a 24.
Nice! So yeah.
It was a 19.
So yeah, you're able to spot tracks. You and Robin mostly does the hunting. You do fall on your face. While Robin tracks down a few boars. But then you find an interesting set of tracks, one that does not belong here. Paw prints, specifically wolf paw prints.
Robin,
But,
wolves don't come around to the desert often, right?
nah, we usually got coyotes, and they look at the prints. Yeah, no, these are definitely wolf prints. Huge ones, too! Let's head out.
Wilbur's gonna like lay down next to the print just to get like a size comparison from like Rob and be like, okay, how big we talking here?
Robin laughs and goes, I'd say like about your chest. Oh, geez, that's gotta be a dire wolf.
Yeah, that definitely shouldn't be here. Oh,
Oh, they're
boy.
usually up in Nihiver. Come on, and Robin will run after the paw prints.
Wait up!
So
He's
yeah,
gonna get up and like not even dust the sand off his jacket, and just like trying to run after Robin.
you and Robin go after the paw prints, and you find a large dire wolf. A beautiful white dire wolf who kind of looks up at you, and she looks injured. Like, she's not terribly, but you can tell she got into a scuffle, probably with some sort of animal.
What the heck could injure a dire wolf? Okay, he's just gonna hold his hands up and just be like, we mean you no harm.
The wolf kind of sniffs your hand before licking it. Robin will go, huh, never seen one of those do that before.
Well, I can't remember what normal behavior for them is, but it's definitely not this.
Not Loop.
Sit.
She's laying down.
Oh, roll over so we can see your injuries?
Yep, she rolls over onto her side so you guys can see the injuries. Robin will pull out some bandages and help you with animal handling. So do animal handling with advantage.
Okay. Oh, both of them were not 20s!
Nice! Holy shit!
And with
I
the
clap.
+3, that's 23.
So yeah, you are able to pretty much help her get her back on her feet. Pretty easily. She looks fine. It looks like she will recover from this. And as she gets back on her feet, she gives you a lick and bounds off to the north, towards Nihiver, disappearing into the sands.
Well, that was weird.
Yeah, let's head back. It's getting a little too hot out here.
Yeah, I guess. It's funny because his clothes are not fit for the desert at all.
Robin's wearing a large coat in their profile, but they don't have it on right now. They just kind of have a generic like desert outfit, like a brown vest and baggy pants. So you two head back to the house, and a few days later, you are accompanying Robin to Mahid City, the capital of Lanayru Desert. We are in the Lanayru Desert, and as you Robin was called to the palace to talk with the chiefess in charge currently. So you know the chiefess is the younger sister of the chief. So, and you're not quite sure why she's in charge and not him right now. But regardless, Robin goes to speak with them, and you are left to wander around Mahid City. What do you do?
I'm actually going to see if there's like a library or a bookstore or something to where I can see if I can find any books about translations.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So you are able to go into the library, and in the bookstore with you, bookstore slash library, is a tall, slender person with pointed ears, black hair, and teal eyes, wearing traditional, like, I think it's called a gi, is like more Chinese clothes, I think. And they're just kind of looking at the books alongside you. You're able to find a translation book easily. Okay, why
Okay.
the fuck does it keep moving? Well, we are in Mahid City, so I guess this one can move.
I'm gonna look through the book to see if I can find like the language that I'm like kind of looking for that other book that I have, just to see if I can find anything similar that could help me.
You don't find the language you are looking for. It more looks like a cipher than an actual language.
Dang it. Okay. Oh, that's a bust.
And then as you're putting the book back, the gentleman kind of taps you on the shoulder and goes, "Pardon me, are you Wilbur?"
Uh, yeah, Wilbur Cosmos. Do I know you?
He kind of pauses as you say your last name and then smiles. No, my name is a Gold Dragonheart. It's very nice to meet you. I was actually wondering, I was asking around, and some people had mentioned you had seen a dire wolf in this area? A white one?
Uh, yeah, my brother and I were hunting the other day and we found one in the middle of the desert. Though it ran away after we patched it up.
That's the third one. You
Eh?
see, my fiance, sorry, and I are looking into creatures that are going missing. Dire wolves are quite important to my white fiance's family. I was wondering if you could possibly come up to Nihiver with me to possibly take a look into the disappearances.
Yeah, okay. I think that's where the wolf ran, at least in that direction. I think it's in that direction.
I should hope
I
so.
can't remember.
Thank you. And as he turns to leave, you can spot dragon wings. You spot gold dragon wings at the back of his at the back on his back. All right, and
Huh.
Robin will come find you and goes, "Well, this is going to be an interesting job."
You got one too?
The chiefess wants me to look for her brother. Her brother went missing. The chief went missing. Chief, I got to look up his name 1 second. I know I have it somewhere. I have so many freaking obsidian uh vaults that I'm like, where did I put it? Chief Golrun went missing a little bit ago, and Chiefess Ruva is asking if I can go looking for him.
That's
What about you?
concerning.
Yeah.
Some guy wants me to come up to Nihiver. He heard about our encounter with the dire wolf and wants me to look into helping with mythical creatures going missing.
Jeez, that's bad. All right. Let's head back and
Both of
tell.
ours sound bad.
Let's head back and tell Magda and Nora or Moma we're leaving. Hopefully they'll be okay with just Mav.
It's Mav. They'll be fine.
True. And Moma
Let's just
really
hope.
likes him.
Let's just hope he doesn't try to follow one of us.
Yeah. Especially since I've been getting attacked lately for the last fucking time. Never mind.
Well, you know, if anything comes up, um, give me a holler.
I will. So yeah, you and Robin head back. You let them know what's going on. Nora and Magda both help you pack up. They give Robin a large coat for out there, and Nora just goes, "Oh, you have this old thing," and she kind of tugs on your. She kind of tugs on yours. On your jacket.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll stay warm.
And Mav will hug you guys and go, "Watch out for all. And if you run into him, deny anything about me, please."
I'll punch him in the face.
Thank
How's
you.
that?
He's scrawny, but when he's got his machines with him, he's powerful.
Well, I'm scrawny too, but I'll whack him with my satchel.
And as you start to leave, you hear a humming in your bag as you're like out in the desert.
Nope. Don't look at it. Don't look at it. Don't look at it. He's just gonna keep walking and repeating that to himself until the humming stops.
The book in your bag hums for a while and then goes quiet. All right. I think this is a good place to take a real quick break. So everybody take 10 minutes, go to the bathroom, get water, do whatever you guys need to.